I had much time when I was in jail to sit and read over the Bible and write on any type of piece of paper I could find because paper is scarce and you have to do things to get paper. I'm a drawer, so that's how I got mine. But I noticed at the end of each verse, you see here how it tells you to go somewhere else. O Lord, thou hast searched me and known me. So we'll go to 17:3 like it tells us to do. Thou hast proved mine heart. Thou hast searched me in the night. Thou hast tried me and shalt find nothing. I am purposed that my mouth shall not transgress. You see, it just keeps leading us to other places further and further and further. So I'm going to go back to 139. I'm just going to read it in its entirety. And then I'm going to read how far it can take you further if you just keep following the verses as they go. Psalm 139. O Lord, thou hast searched me and known me. Thou knowest my down sitting and my uprising. Thou understandest my thought afar off. Thou compassest my path and my lying down, and art acquainted with all my ways. For there is not a word in my tongue. But lo, O Lord, thou knowest it altogether. Thou hast beset me behind and before, and laid thine hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high. I cannot attain unto it. Whither shall I go from thy spirit, or whither shall I flee from thy presence? If I ascend up into heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there. If I take the wings of the morning, and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there shall thy hand lead me, and thy right hand shall hold me. If I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, even the night shall be light about me. Yeah, the darkness hideth not from thee, but the night shineth as the day. The darkness and the light are both alike to thee. For thou hast possessed my reins, thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. My substance was not hid from thee, when I was made in secret, and curiously wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. Thine eyes did see my substance, yet being unperfect, and in thy book all my members were written, which in continuance were fashioned, when as yet there was none of them. How precious also are they thoughts unto me, O God, how great is the sum of them! If I should count them, they are more in number than the sand. When I awake, I am still with thee. Surely thou wilt slay the wicked, O God. Depart from me, therefore, ye bloody men, for they speak against thee wickedly, and thine enemies take thy name in vain. Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee? And am I not grieved with those that rise up against thee? I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them mine enemies. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me, and know my thoughts, and see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. And this is how far off that we can take Psalm 139. It can be taken and written so much more eloquently. O Lord, thou hast searched me and known me. Thou hast proven my heart. Thou hast visited me in the night. Thou hast tried me and shalt find nothing. I am purposed that my mouth shall not transgress. But he know the way that I take. When he has tried me, I shall come forth as gold, and I will bring the third part through the fire and come forth as gold. And will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my God. And call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me. Thou shalt make thy prayer unto him, and he shall hear thee, and thou shalt pay thy vows. Offer unto God thanksgiving, and pay thy vows unto the Most High. Thou knowest my downsitting and my uprising. Thou understandest my thought afar off. Thou compassest my path and my lying down, and art acquainted with all my ways. For there is not a word in my tongue, but lo, O Lord, thou knowest it altogether. Neither is there any creature that is not manifest in his sight, but all things are naked and opened unto the eyes of him with whom we have to do. Hell is naked before him, and destruction hath no covering. Hell and destruction are before the Lord. How much more then the hearts of the children of men? Thou hast beset me behind and before, and laid thine hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high. I cannot attain unto it. Who is it that hideth counsel without knowledge? Therefore have I uttered that I understand not, things too wonderful for me, which I knew not? Who is it that darketh counsel by words, without knowledge? Whither shall I go from thy sight, or whither shall I flee from thy presence? Can any hide himself in secret places, that I shall not see him, saith the Lord? Do not I fill heaven and earth, saith the Lord? But will God indeed dwell on the earth? Behold, the heaven and heaven of heavens cannot contain me. How much less this house that I have builded? But who is able to build him a house, seeing that heaven and heaven of heavens cannot contain him? Who am I then, that I should build house and house, saving only to burn sacrifice before him? If I ascend up into heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there. If I take the wings of the morning, and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there shall the hand lead me, and thy right hand shall hold me if I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, even the night shall be light about me. Yea, the darkness hideth not from thee, but the night shineth as day. The darkness and the light are both alike to thee. For thou hast possessed my reins, thou hast covered me in the mother's womb. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and when I was made in secret, and curiously wrought in the lowest parts of the earth, thine eyes did see my substance. Yet being imperfect, and in thy book, all my members were written, which is continuance, were fashioned, when as yet there was none of them. How precious also are thy thoughts unto me, O God! How great is the sum of them! Many, O Lord my God, and thy wonderful works which thou hast done, and thy thoughts which are to us word. They cannot be reckoned up in order unto thee, if I would declare and speak of them. They are more than can be numbered. Who is like unto thee, O Lord, among the gods? Who is like thee, glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, doing wonders? My mouth shall show forth thy righteousness and thy salvation all the day, for I know not the numbers thereof. Wherefore they are great, O Lord God. For there is none like thee, neither is there any God beside thee, according to all that we have heard with our ears. And my tongue shall speak of thy righteousness, and thy praise of all the day long. O Lord God, thou hast begun to show thy servant thy greatness and thy mighty hand. For what God is there in heaven or in earth that can do according to thy works and according to thy might? If I should count them, they are more in number than the sand. When I awake, I am still with thee. Surely thou wilt slay the wicked, O God. Depart from me, therefore, ye bloody men. Depart from me, ye evildoers, for I will keep the commandments of my God. Depart from me, all ye workers of iniquity, for the Lord hath heard the voice of my weeping. I cried unto the Lord with my voice, and he heard me out of his holy hill. Selah. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. Nevertheless, David took the strong hold of Zion, the same as the city of David. So David dwelt in the fort and called it the city of David. And David built round about from him Millo and inward. For they speak against the wickedly, and shine enemies take thy name in vain, to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds, which they have ungodly committed, and all of their hard speeches, which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. Talk no more so exceedingly proudly. Let no arrogancy come out of your mouth, for the Lord is God of knowledge, by him actions are weighed. Your words have been stout against me, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, what have we spoken so much against thee? How long shall they utter and speak hard words? And all the works of the iniquity boast themselves. Ye have wearied the Lord with your words. Yet ye say, wherein have we wearied him? When ye say, every one that doth evil is good in the sight of the Lord, and he delighteth in them, or where is the God of judgment? Thou hast brought me no sweet cane with money, neither hast thou filled me with the fat of thy sacrifices. But thou hast made me to serve with thy sins. Thou hast wearied me with thine iniquities. Your new moons and your appointed feast my soul hateth. They are a trouble unto me. I am weary to bear them. Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feasts of my feasts, which ye shall proclaim to the holy convocations, even these are my feasts. And when Aaron saw it, he built an altar before it, and Aaron made proclamation and said, tomorrow is a feast to the Lord. Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee? And am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee? I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them my enemies. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts. Let me be weighed in an even balance, that God may know mine integrity, and see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. Lead me, O Lord, in thy righteousness, because of mine enemies. Make thy way straight before my face. Show me thy ways, O Lord. Teach me thy paths. Now, therefore, I pray, if I have found grace in thy sight, show me how the way, that I might know thee, that I might find grace in thy sight, and consider that in thy sight, O Lord, this nation is thy people. And he said, if I know I have found grace in the sight, O Lord, I pray thee, go among us, for it is a stricken people, and pardon our iniquity and our sin, and take us for thine inheritance, unto a land flowing with milk and honey. For I will go in the way, and I come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them up out of that land unto a good land, and a large, unto a land flowing with milk and honey, unto the place of Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Ammonites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites. Hold on. Separate yourselves from among the congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. And the Lord came down to see the city, and whether they have done, and the tower, with the children of the men builded. I will go down now, and see whether they have done altogether to the cry of it, which is come unto me, and if not, I will know. And thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord thy God led thee these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee, and to prove thee, to know what was in thine heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no. And he said unto them, ye are they which justify yourselves before men, but God knoweth your hearts, for that which is highly esteemed among men is abomination in the sight of God. Then said the Lord unto Moses, behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day, that I may prove them, whether they will walk in my law or no. Howbeit in the business of the ambassadors, of the princes of Babylon, who sent unto them to inquire of the wonder that was done in the land. God left him to try him, that he might know all that was in his heart. But the Lord said unto Samuel, Look not on his countenance, or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as a man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. But he, willing to justify himself, saith unto Jesus, And who is my neighbor? Then hear thou in heaven thy dwelling place, and forgive, and do, and give to every man according to his way, whose heart thou knowest, for thou, even thou only, knowest the hearts of all the children of men. It's a big difference.